So at least for both of these sides, it's a chance to kind of really show the world, I suppose, what they're actually made of. Because we've seen a little bit, especially us. We've been able to cast 2 of the Bad News Bears games, but this could be an opportunity where maybe there's a bit more confidence now that they know that they're both kind of in the same position.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the first time that we two personally are casting for the Yeah Gaming side, we've seen plenty of the Brazilian teams in MIBR and Furia, obviously, but for this squad, it is a new experience for me and you, but I think you had pinned Bad News Bears to win this match, actually, overall in this one. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Again, I'm still not as convinced in this team as I would like to be. There's still some players that I'd like to see step up to the plate in a way that I didn't. Just taking a look at some of the elements of the roster, and they have underwhelmed me to a certain extent, is what I'm trying to say. But here on this CT side of Dust2, they will look to try and set the pace for this series. This was Yeah Gaming's pick, and you can see them slowly making their way into the long control, which Bad News Bears aren't contesting early in the game.
And this is just a complete retake setup coming out for the CTs. They've taken aggressive short control. They've got 2 players in through mid. So they are just setting themselves up for a heavy mid play. And now that they've seen that utility come out to the car position, or at least they've heard it, they'll know now the information. And look at this backstab. Look how quickly it's coming out for the CTs as well.
Yeah, Jonji and Dazzle to the backline, challenges from IDK, and Fastin will do some early damage from the CTs. It's Dumar with the opening frag. Jonji, however, is going to get that trade in. 2 players getting the CT players down. It's now a 4-on-3 situation. With the bomb plant coming down, Dapper's still going to get RCF, though, and IDK left standing as the last man here in the backline's over at Gandalf, desperately tapping to get PTR for a decent kill, but now the CT's pressing into their own right. We'll just tap him up, try to look for the frag. He will get another player back on Dapper, but Jonji will finish off the job. So the defuse will come through, and Bad News Bears will be in with a pistol.
And what that really came down to on the city side was just winning out gunfights. That really is what it was. We saw Bad News Bears setting themselves up for a retake. Yeah Gaming, they took the site control, but already once, before that bomb had even gone down, they were already in a mad disadvantage, and Bad News Bears just continued their pressure and continued their aggression to get the retake on. And Yeah Gaming, now with a bomb plant, might actually see a force buy coming through. Let's see what the investment is. And yeah, already we're seeing the AK being bought up from IDK. So this is going to be a complete force buy coming out from Yeah Gaming. BNB. Only 3 rifles to work with. A couple of SMGs to go out of the MP9s.
The detailed buys, though, of course, both teams getting as much out as they can. Fast plays into the upper tunnels position here from the Yeah Gaming default, but playing carefully around the actual hit, not going to go aggressive and make their way directly into the bomb site early. They just got Jonji there to deal with the FAMAS position. That's about all they'll be able to find from here, though. Just that early presence from the Yeah Gaming side that hasn't really seen much. Nothing else seen out of long either. It's the mid challenge that will really come to fruition here. Fast had already taken an 8 to the 42 HP, though, so it's not ideal from him.
I'm really surprised the Bad News Bears are sort of playing a complete no mid setup. We're seeing a very aggressive hold coming out around this 1 minute 10 mark around the long position. They're going to get that information, but really it's only Mitch that's even getting any information out through mid. But for BNB, it does look as if the T side are going to be making their way into the B bomb site, and it needs to be a very strong hold coming out for the CTs, because really it's only Jonji and Mitch here to try and defend.
Only Jonji really on contact here. The T's flash their way in, fast in, straight out. Jonji and Mitchell combine to take down the first. And Flashbang will keep them all blind and held there towards the tunnel's entrance. The Molotov to the back side. The sprays in from Mitch will actually get taken out by IDK instead, but Jonji gets his kill. Tartazin will trade it back to a 3-on-3 situation. The plant can get secure, but Dapper could still be in position to try and deny it. He'll spray close to where that bomb plant's coming through, but he'll miss every bullet. He's covered off by a little bit of cover there on the site. So a 3-on-3 situation as Dapper gets Tartazin down. The SMG moves in from the tunnels. Dumal will look on towards the main 2 entrances. The flashes over. RCF will get Dazzle. So it's only to the CTs entering in from CT spawn. Double kill for RCF, leaving Dapper alone here. Coming in from window. Going to have to try catch off RCF, but with 46 HP, no kit and no utility, it looks like he might just consider the save.
And the difficult thing there for BNB is they had like almost no util trying to make that retake possible at the B bomb site. Dapper at least going to try and stay around for as long as he can to see if he can find any kind of exit kills. Does end up finding one in the end, but it is going to be the round going to Yeah Gaming. And for BNB, this is going to have to be straight away, Jay, a complete force back. So we're going to get into a weird state of the economy in the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, I mean, forced by Central coming in from these guys, and And we talked a little bit about, you know, the way that some of these lesser, lower end sort of like, you know, North American teams have often gone for saves. You know, Triumph is one of the teams that we often mention is the fact that they're
Absolutely.
their second round buyers obviously look like more full ecos more than anything else. And Bad News Bears, I guess you could say that to a certain extent. Not quite the same amount as someone like Triumph, but you know, given the fact that Yeah forced the issue and now they forced the round out, I don't think they've been given much of a choice. Double eco status on the loss bonus, so got to get those scouts and M4s out. And actually it's Dazzle with a deal that gets the first frag. Tartarzin will get the secondary follow-up, and Dumal going to get Dapper down to a 4-on-3 situation in favour of Yeah Gaming.
And for B&B, this might just be the save attempt. I really just don't see how they're able to really find too much, considering that there's no short presence coming out for the T side. It's all through long. We are seeing an aggressive play coming out from Mitch, but he's the only one that's at least close to try and deny some presence. Does get a tag through the smoke, but instead it's just going to be them probably just going to go for the save here, Jay. They can try and bring these upgraded scouts and the Deagle into the next round. Even if they find some exit kills, that would be nice. Be able to take some money out of the hands of the T side.
I don't think they're going to get given the time of day though here, Dweg. I won't lie. Scout shots connecting from RCF actually will take down another, so not even any weapons taken away from the T side forces. The frag not going the way of PTR. And John G again just backed up there in the tunnels alongside Mitch will save those two weapons into the next round. So they have a little something to work with on the eco basis, but you know, second stage loss bonus coming in to factor here. It's $1,900 in the bank accounts of the CT side. And Yeah Gaming again going to have themselves in with a 2-1 lead, but no major investment should come back in from Bad News Bears. They'll be looking for the rifles in round 5, so this should be an easy 3-1 start.
Yeah, it really should be for Yeah Gaming. We saw them, at least in the last round, being able to deal with the light investment, the force buy pretty easily. B&B upgrading a little bit more onto some of the players that went down. And this could be fast into the B bomb site actually coming out from Yeah Gaming. Oh, this incendiary might be able to just put a hole through, and it does. Jonji starts things. He gets 2 kills through the smoke. That's incredible.
Spotted one at the very start of it, and that is a 5-on-3 situation gained by the CT side. Contact from IDK could come in against Dazzle next. Of course, they've found those couple of weapons, and Mitch is considering pushing forward here. It's all going to rest on the contact here from Dazzle and Jonji. You see their positions set up to try and deal with any major aggression. There's also a little bit of aggression coming out from the Longhouse, so keep your eye on PTR in case he gets a pick. But Dazzle is going to be main point of contact here, and they're playing very carefully around a lot of these headshot positions, especially on short. Tartarzin Molotoving out PTR away from the bomb site. He will be pushed. IDK will lead the charge in for potentially a split in from the A bomb site, but the bomb gets dropped by RCF in the mid doors, so Tartarzin and IDK got to fight for their way back into this round.
That's the 3rd kill coming out from Jonji, having such an impactful round. Dapper as well, being able to get a kill over to the A bomb site, leaves it all down to Tatterson left. 1v3, and I mean, I personally didn't see there being any kind of way that Yeah Gaming were going to fall to a round investment like what we saw from B&B. But they try the quick B execution, and with a little bit of utility, Jonji's able to get 2 massive kills through the smoke, and that just halters Yeah Gaming completely. They slow it down, they look for individual picks, they run into Jonji again around the mid face. And then Dap was able to connect onto the 4th kill that they get in the round over at the A-bomb site onto IDK. And for Yeah Gaming, there's just no option. They have to go for the save on the last player.
Yeah, Tartarzin knows that they got that crossfire set out to the mid doors, so there's just no options for him, as you say. It's back around the corner here from the Longhouse, and, well, not much else that he can do about that. Bad News Bears recovering plenty of rifles and stealing one away from the Yeah Gaming side. On an eco round as well, you know. I would have given credence to that being an opportunity in the force buy, but considering that not everybody invested and nobody actually invested, they were working off those 2 saved weapons, and that was it. Bad News Bears striking back here early in Dust2. AK's coming in for PTR and Dazzle, of course. The M4s are standard, brought down by the remaining 3 players. Very early contact coming out towards the Longhouse here for Jonji and Dazzle. But nothing aggressive from the T side base. They're playing very careful around the utility plays here from the Bad News Bears, and not taking early presence in the mid position either. Not taking early face against the likes of Mitch. You can get that kill so easily if they take the short control.
We're actually hardly seeing sort of any map presence coming out for the T side. Yes, they took control of the upper and lower tunnels, but you know that's so easy for a T side on Dust2. You don't have to fight for anything. But nothing coming out from short yet. Nothing over towards the longhouse. And for B&B, they've been able to read the situation really well. We saw the aggression coming out for them to try and take control of long, and they've just left Dazzle here. They've been able to bring the rest of the players back to defend the A bomb site. And Demau already taken down LoJack.
Oh, Dazzle with a great swing, taking out one, but only one. RCF gets those trades, and now they press in from short. PTR is going to be there to deal with the first contact. Spot IDK, the flash in from Jonji, gets him blind and leaves it to two very low HP players of the T side. The face is up, Demau's going to try cross. He's not bound for this world, though. And RCF held out towards top mid will get dealt with by Dapper next. A great defensive held up by Bad News Bears. 3-2 to the CT board. And yeah, Gaming on the back foot early will take a tactical.
And that's one of the things, especially on the T side of Dust2, if you're not taking long control within the first 10, 15 seconds of the round, you need to be making sure that you're getting your utility perfect to be able to at least flush out any of the players that are holding the long corner or the pit position, around the barrels, the behind the blue box. Like you need to make sure that Dazzle doesn't even get a single kill. Dazzle's able to get one, he gets traded out. But yeah, Gaming, they don't win out any of their fights. We see some really good opening picks being found in the mid round from Bad News Bears, and RCF was the only player that found a kill in that last round. And a tactical pause being taken by Yeah Gaming. Maybe a moment of respite, Jay, to just kind of think things over what happened in that last round.
Certainly got to hope so if you are a Yeah Gaming fan. They're going to turn the situation around very quickly here because start things off so well, and a couple of good eco conversions from Bad News Bears, and obviously you did see some rifles getting brought into the last one, but even so, you've got to question whether or not the Yeah Gaming side will be in prime position to take control of this matchup here. Of course, in this round, it's going to be less than likely. As you see the aggression from Dazzle faced up against Pistols. Have boosted one player up on the stack. But no aggression from the CTs will be seen here. It's mostly going to rest on Dapper here towards short as he holds his nerve. The nade from PTR, though, landing perfectly on fast, and the player kept playing contact, already tagged up towards that short area. They will bait in a nade. Dapper will get a secondary pick as well. And a 5-on-3, of course, being to the favor of the CT side.
And yeah, Gaming, they're just waiting for some sort of aggression. We saw Dazzle towards the beginning of the round try to get very aggressive out through long. But for B&B, we haven't really seen too much aggression. It's been pretty passive on the City side. We've seen the crossfire being set for PTR and Dapper around that short position. And yeah, Gaming, rather than splitting up and spreading out over the map, they're going to group together the upgrades of the P250s, trying to make their way through the short face, but they've still got two players to deal with.
Those players still being Dapper here. The run boost from RCF will get it across successfully. The spray is going to be awkward. Now it's going to get backed up by PTR here. The flash is evaded, but PTR still working as Dapper does go down. Got support in from long as well as PTR gets Tartars in. Bomb plant, she gets secured by RCF. No trouble for him. And Dumal playing contact over to the short position. Tapping up with Mitch. You can't get anything done. P250 here from PTR will just take a spray for a 3K overall here. Also mocking his dead teammate in Dapper while he stands. 4 to the board of the Bad News Bears. Things are looking pretty respectable right now for the CT starts. But yeah, there with an eco and a bomb plant, should see us with a buy for the T side.
I wonder if we're going to see the AWP coming out in PDR. There it is, straight away. The first chance that there's actually a player going down. They've got the economy to go for it as well. This could be an AWP battle between RCF and PTR. Now, his spawn for long isn't great at all. It's actually like one of the quicker spawns to the B bomb site. So for RCF, he's not going to try and go for any kind of a long pick, and let's just see what the T side are going to be able to achieve. But they're going to be running into a very heavy presence from the CTs out long.
Look at Fastin, first man to enter. He's got one CT at point blank. IDK is going to try to support it, and in the end, the crossfire holds its own. PTR with the AWP, held back over at the cross, but his teammate tagged to 2 HP. This must be a disaster round with no chance for the CT side. PTR will continue facing with the AWP, but I have a feeling this round has already been taken over by Yeah Gaming.
That is unbelievable. We see some fantastic entries coming out to the A bomb side. That was like a 4-man stack really out from long. 3 players, and then the flashbangs from PTR playing a little bit more passive. And yeah, Gaming, they take all of the long defenders down. And PTR, yes, he's able to get a single pick, but it's already too late. They've lost the defense out from the A bomb site, and it has to be the safe call to come out for B&B. Yeah, gaming. What a turnaround. That was definitely the best round that we've seen from them yet.
And PTR is left to not be so mocking to his teammate, who went down pretty quickly. He's the only player that did come out unscathed in that round, but even so, needed that orb to do some damage on the A anchor, and he was unable to do so here. The plant has been secured. The T's will make their way out position. They've got Tartars in close range in the lower tunnel, so it could be a problem for PTR if he extends that way. I don't think he will, though. He'll be able to get away alive for the Bad News Bears side. At least saving something going into the next round. But the buy should be still confident here from the CTs. Double orb setup, in fact, coming in from Mitch and PTR, so AUG and M4 to back it all up. A lucky save from Dazzle's part. AK also sits for the CT forces, and yeah, gaming obviously with their standard investment. Let's see what Bad News Bears can do. They'll place one orb over to the mid position, and it's PTR taking the long house contact again for the CT side. The AUG of John is placed up towards the tunnels. This could be a fast hit out from Yeah Gaming if they're up to go for it.
And this is actually a perfect position coming out for the CTs. There's 3 players around this beat. Bomb site, the HE does so much damage. The flashbangs coming in for the CTs are absolutely perfect. And it's just an absolute slaughter. The T side don't find anything. Only a single kill. Tadison to try and chime in. But BNB, that was the perfect setup for any kind of a quick BXE. We see 3 players around that B bomb site, and Mitch, with the AWP that's holding the short face, Jay, is throwing them flashbangs in. And it's just an absolute slaughter. Jonji and Dapper just spray down completely.
Yeah, the crossfire set there from the AUG and the M4. Like, credit to them on the Bad News Bears side, because that could have gone many different ways, but it went their way because of their efforts more than anything else, and not just because of luck or anything like that. Although that being said, RCF with that opening frag of the AWP has gotten PTR down. Molotov will force him forward. He's actually going to challenge against Dazzle. The smoke comes in from Tartasin to save his teammate as they maintain the man advantage and get out of the way of the nades coming in. If that landed, though, that would have been a kill against the names of the Yeah Gaming side. Rotate back to their B defaults here. They have found the opening man advantage here.
Yeah, Gaming have put themselves in a really good position. Like, even though their AWPer is so low at just 6 points of health, they've got the opening man advantage. Now, that Xbox smoke is actually going to draw Mitch to maybe look for a little bit more information to see if he wants to have a look through the lower tunnels or at least hold the angle. But at the moment, they've even kind of like opened up the B bomb site. We're seeing Jonji rotate off to try and help the mid face. And if Yeah Gaming can time this right, this should be like an instant save for B&B.
Oh, Mitch will make his way up regardless. The AWP just following his way through the B doors. Spraying from John G. Gets close. Does a minimal amount of damage. In fact, I don't even think he tagged one of the players that crossed. The plant should get secured here, and indeed it will, with the CTs falling out of dodge. So they will save their weapons, as you mentioned here, Dwayne. 4th will be on the board for Yeah Gaming. I think the right call, all things considered.
Yeah, look, I mean, I can understand why they've sort of made that call to shift out of the B bomb site. They're in a man disadvantage, and they're trying to see if they can find some sort of advantage back. Now, Mitch has to be holding the mid phase, because otherwise they're just allowing a mid to B presence to be too quick and to potentially catch them off guard for the B defenders. So instead, it's a bit of a gamble. John G rotates out for the B bomb site to try and help Mitch. The execution comes through. John G stays for a little bit to see even if he gets a kill through a smoke or just something. But for Yeah Gaming, it's that execution into the B bomb site, the timing couldn't have been better.
Yeah, for Bad News Bears, their economy state being the way that it is, to retake the B site on a 5-on-4 disadvantage makes more sense to save their weapons. They can get all the regular rifles out. They'll be a little bit limited on Mitch and PTR for the utility basis, but the double orbs can stay in play, and that's the most crucial thing here. You can see Mitch really looking for that mid face. You've got John G rotating out. He might have to receive a quick rush in. RCF got a great spawn. The incendiary misses its target as well. The nade might be a bit better though. Damage has not been done for the T-side forces, still facing against RCF, and RCF with the AWP. Now just let his teammates coming in, the M4 spraying around the corner. He'll only do so much from here. Farsin focusing on the B cross, the AWP and Mitch hoping to get a wallbang. He's landing some very close hits, but none connecting to the man behind the doors. Backstabs are also in order as the CTs try and hold off of their own. Right, further utility coming in, the bomb plant should get secured in a moment's time. The spray Manic from Farsin will finally push Dapper away, and the CTs on the main bomb site retake, we'll have to say. But Dazzle's still here in the back lines. He might get some exit frags for the Bad News Bears.
And we might see a bit of a change-up coming in for the CT defaults. Now, one thing on the CT side of Dust2 is you don't really kind of want to be playing 2B defenders too often, because a lot of the time you want to be able to have a lot of map control out of A. You normally have like 1B defender, 1 mid, and 3A, or 2A, 2 mid, 1B. Now, considering the fact that Yeah Gaming have BX'd maybe 3 or 4 times already in the T side, and we've only seen one good hold coming out from B&B, we might see some sort of change in the city setup, whether there's sort of 2 B anchors and a little bit more of a mid presence. I mean, look how much damage has been done to the T side, but no kills.
I mean, to be fair, most of that damage is coming from the bomb blast, so, you know, it's not
yeah,
quite,
that's true as well, yeah.
It's not quite as what you would expect, but either way, it is still damage not connecting to a kill. That nade came close in from Dazzle, though. Like, if that had landed a bit deeper, that might have actually taken some of the Yeah Gaming players out. They had the right idea for that, but they were unable to make it happen. The AWP of RCF might be able to do something out here towards Longhouse. Let's see what he can do. First contact, Molotov burning, and he just doesn't get the shot in to start. The CTs will gain their control as a result. Moving in for the presence here up towards the top end of log. But again, not pushing so far as the Longhouse itself. They have gone quite aggressive in certain like eco or pistol rounds, but nothing overly aggressive in the rifles for the most part. They're playing it pretty reserved.
And they're actually still only holding that single B defender at the moment. Mitch with the AWP rather than the rifler of Gionji. But yeah, Gaming. Lurk smoke coming out to the B bomb site. And for B&B, we saw some fast aggression to take the Longhouse control, which they've been able to establish. But yeah, Gaming, just kind of looking at the positioning of where they are on the map, it looks like they want to try and go for like a mid to B split at this point. I mean, they don't have the bomb, so it will still be a little bit of time until we start to see some sort of execution coming through. They're actually taking short control instead.
AWP PTR here to play contact against it. And Molotov does not force him off, but either way, he falls back to a passive angle on the A site. Got Dapper there at CT to cover off mid and be the main rotator here, but the 3 players on long are going to have to be the main defenders of the site itself. There's a smoke that Farsin will now set up. But he was going to get ready for the one coming in to the short position. It's very carefully placed, and it will come out eventually, and the hit to come through will have PTR playing the main defense. John G with the FAMAS up first contact, secondary smoke down, 20 seconds for Yeah Gaming. They have to make their move in right now, and the AWP swings. Can't connect the first shot, will peek back in, look for the second man. He doesn't see them, they're going to make their way very close to this one. Chance for John G to strike, indeed he takes the first, does not quite get IDK, but now the rest of the CTs can swing in and clean up the house. Order Tartars in, last man standing with the AK, back up towards top mid, and a last second hit does not go well for Bad News Bears maintain the lead.
That was only 14 damage done by Yeah Gaming. That was a massive shutdown coming out from B&B. We saw Yeah Gaming taking control of the short face. We saw them setting up for an A execution, and they got very close to the bomb site before contact was even made. But once Jonji was able to strike onto that first kill, it just seemed like everything else went into place for the CTs.
Battle going well for RCF to open things up. Incendiary's down. He's going to try and hunt for the second man, and he gets Dapper. A 5-on-3 situation that has gone extremely well for the T side. Look at the amount of map control they've gained because of this. CT's trying their best to respond with their own. It's Farsin taking out Jonji on the window position. So PTR and Dazzle, last 2 players, leaving it all to PTR. Last man standing with the AWP back out towards long and back out of the round. Yeah, Gaming striking back with a sheer force of nature.
It's really surprising that even in this best of 3 in the first map, Jay, we're starting to like hardly see any consistency. We're just seeing back and forward rounds between both sides, and both sides are taking convincing rounds here and there. And for Yeah Gaming, it all started off with that AWP, finding 2 fantastic picks through the mid phase. And for B&B, they were just peeking straight into that. Like, they had aggressive angles being held on the City side rather than playing passive and waiting for the T side to walk into them.
The short control again established early by the T side. You've got two players pushing in aggressive. And the sprays manic from the M4s are unable to do the damage. Dumal does fall to a very low amount of HP thanks to HEs though on that tunnels push. PTR and Mitch out towards the A site. Both holding very opposite positions here with the scouts and the FAMASas just standing by. The Bombers yet to commit to the short position or the A play in general. They've still got a bit of B presence, so you know there could still be a rotation coming in from Yeah Gaming. They have got the lower tunnels control. And based on their positions and tentative nature, just throwing utility into the bomb site, with Fasten going out early to gain some CT control, they could wrap their way in for a split here.
It looks like they're going to go into the B bomb site. Just getting a player into CT allows for the T side to hold on for the rotations from the A bomb site players. The execution's still trying to come into the B bomb site, B and B. Rotate's already starting to come in. Dapper going to fall early. Jonji trying his best, but he only finds one kill, and that B bomb site's overwhelmed. Mitch actually does take down the lurker, so they might actually try and continue this retake.
RCF getting forced off position, and now Daz will make his way up. Scout backline flash in, Tartazin's blind, he turns on towards the next. IDK taking serious damage, now Sandwich gets a headshot back on towards 2 though, so it's all left to Mitch. 1 on 2 for a 3k, spraying Manic doing damage, but will not get the frags, and that has kind of been the case in point for Bad News Bears CT side. So much damage, so much potential, but not able to finish the job on their rounds. And Yeah Gaming as a result will be able to take the lead on round 14 here. And Eco probably to come through from Bad News Bears, get themselves a bye in the last round of the half and get some sort of chance back in on the second half.
Yeah Gaming, a fantastic little play into the mid to B split. I love the way that they actually drop a player through short into the City spawn. Actually doesn't, I suppose, catch off Mitch, which was the idea behind it, but it's a good sign that we're seeing a lot of change-ups coming out for Yeah Gaming. Jonji dealt with through the long phase, and for the CTs being grouped up around this short position, aren't really going to be able to have contact, at least for a little bit, because for the T side, they're all out through long.
Taps up from Dapper, and Dazzle give away their positions, but Dapper will get taken out. Mitch will fall over on the B tunnels. And PTR left alone here with his own P250 and with zero chance, I don't feel like, getting anything done out here. The AK Atar's in, ready to hunt him down, take his head off his shoulders. He'll be playing back and forth between this position and over in the tunnels. That might be a backstab in. No, PTR spotted. And this should be a frag eventually for the AK-47. 8 for the board of Yeah Gaming. Taking the half, 8-6. And again, that Eco coming in for the rebuy back from Bad News Bears. M4's in the hands of, I believe, all 5. I don't know if Jonji wants to go with a little bit less to get some utility out. No. Flash and smoke for him. The M4's, of course, standing pretty decently. And Yeah Gaming are standing pretty strong right now on their T side.
And we're seeing double AWPs actually being invested. Triple AWPs coming out. So they're probably just trying to find some sort of opening pick, and then they'll chuck them back and pick up the AKs. They're going to actually run with this triple T AWP setup for quite some time. That is something you don't see very often at all.
RCF does get caught off guard with the opening pick, though. Mitch will return alongside Dapper, getting picks back of his own. Dumal and Farzin, last 2 players standing. They'll grab the AKs that were dropped in the T-spawn and try and return this 2-on-4 scenario. I mean, there was a nice opening kill coming in from RCF over on the B site. But Mitch dealt with him and his backup, and from there, the whole round just kind of fell apart.
And for Yeah Gaming, I can kind of understand why they wanted to just continue that presence to the B bomb site. We've seen for B&B them only really playing just a single B anchor. And once that first pick went the way of the T side, they just continued their presence. But for Dapper and Mitch, they're just able to completely shut it down. Dumal and Fasten left. The short control's taken. Oh, I like this position from Dazzle on the backstab, but he might be a little bit too slow to the party.
Dapper going down. This should allow a bomb pump to come out from Dumal. He's going to check out Goose tentatively, but Farstim will go falling, so it's all left to him. Expecting face from Dazzle quick out of the short position. This allowed Dumal to reposition back into a nice confident face. 2 HP for PTR could still be exploitable. Molotovs to the bomb site. They now know where he is. He's got 3 players to find. Taps up 1. Spray back on PTR. 2 1v1s found against Mitch. He's desperately looking for his headshot, and he gets it in the end. 3 kills from Dumal to get the Yeah Gaming side up 9-6. of the turn of the half. What a stellar way to close out what was a confident side. When we go to a break, they'll be on the defensive. Don't go anywhere. They could be on for a victory.
I fed up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. For you, for you. I was born like a fire in the eye of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me, it's in the air that I breathe.
Well, a great half from Gaming, but still a little bit of work for them to do going into their CT half. Bad news bears still have a chance to turn the tide. I guess you could say that Gaming had their moment in the spotlight, but will that turn to darkness here on their defensive half? They've got RCF with the defuse kit and double flash. He's playing out to the CT spawn. And Flash is over, going to catch him completely blind. This could be a chance for Bad News Bears to take a crucial player out of play.
It's actually a very much a stack over to the B bomb site coming out from Gaming. Now this is just going to be a retake A setup. We're seeing aggression coming out from Long for the CT side, and it is going to be a split coming through. Fast and able to take down Dazzle, but it should be a bomb plan coming through the A bomb side. Now I'm not sure if they know where PTR is. It's a late lurk from him around the short position.
That mid control from PTR could be crucial there. They get an inkling now as Dumal takes damage. And now CT's going to rush out of the longhouse. How much can he do from here? He'll stall for a lot of time, but Jonji will go falling on short, leaving the main T-side force as two. Mitch and Dapper. Dapper taking damage. Mitch will get one frag. Lineup potentially for two. IDK getting a frag in of his own right. Tartar's in trading, but Dapper's been brought a serious chance. Needs to get these heads in. Tap up against one and doubles up against Tartar's in. 3 kills for Dapper and a clutch pistol for Bad News Bears.
Oh my goodness, if that TK didn't come in, then I just don't see there being a way that Yeah Gaming lose that round. Oh, that retake, it starts so perfectly. They take down the 2T lurkers, I suppose you could say, around that longhouse position. PTR, yes, he denies a lot of time to come out for the retake. But Yeah Gaming, it was in such a great position from them, but they're not able to convert the pistol round. The Force Buy is coming through. That H shield to Dazzle does do a fair bit of damage.
Does force them back for the moment. They can still continue to still push up with their long control. The A site having RCF. And the scout out taking damage already. That's Mitch opening up the frags for Bad News Bears here in the rifles. They've got Tartazin making his way in with the CZ. Should get sprayed up, and Mitch take a nice easy second headshot. Losing that first kill onto PTR as well for Bad News Bears obviously isn't great, but even so, the plant will be secured, and there should be no real chance, I think, for Yeah Gaming to make their way back in. So this will be an 8th for the BNB side. Not too terrible for the T side start at the very least. Again, with that pistol round coming in as clutch as it was, they need to try and follow it up with some solid sort of rounds.
And this is an opportunity for Bad News Bears to really start to claw their way back into this best of, or the first map of this best of 3, I should say. Now, at least for Yeah Gaming, being able to hold on to 3 CT members, we won't see a full buy investment coming out again, but maybe a light investment of a couple of P250s onto Tartazin and RCF. But for BNB, only losing a single player, it does allow them to start to build up the economy on the T side. Now, this is the first time, actually, that we've seen the second round go the way of the pistol round victors. So for Bad News Bears, they won both pistol rounds, but in the first half, Jay, they lost that second round, the anti-eco.
Bit of a change of pace in that respect. The full eco coming in from Yeah Gaming as they have done their best on the force buy, but not able to put up anything against BNB. Those saved rifles and Kevlar might prove to be valuable, but on this one, I don't think they'll be able to do much from here. It's just the scouts out, the Eagles and PT50s playing were appropriate. And Dazzle taking contact out towards long. The Galil in for him. Check-in ramp, check-in car. Smoke down towards cross. Second smoke coming up all the same. And Farsin will hold himself on the bomb site. Dazzle and PTR making their way up and over. Farsin, the first man to go down. Demal should be seen. The MAC-10s will burst up. The flashes will go over. The plant should be secured here on the site. Where do Yeah Gaming go for this? Do they go for the upgrade pistol? Force into the site. Deagle will be the first thing out for Dumal, the scout behind it, as Mitch makes his way in from long to try and support the main T-side force. They've got a lot of presence here. That Molotov could be crucial to force them back, and I think it might have just done enough. No kits in, obviously, for Yes. They'll be looking for damage. Dazzle didn't see IDK. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The scout shot missed, and the man does get taken down. Dumal watching out for anything in the mid position. RCF will go falling to Dazzle. 3 frags to his name. Actually getting a kill back for PTR of his own right, so a little bit of damage being sustained, but Dazzle wants his 4K. He won't be able to get it. Oh, the tap from Tartazin, though. All right, fine, whatever. Dazzle, 4 frags. 9-9 against Bad News Bears.
And look, for most of the guys at home that would have seen that molly for Mitch, it's a molly that you don't see thrown too often. It's very situational, but it actually bounces off the skybox and lands to the short face. And what that actually did for that Yeah Gaming, they couldn't really commit to any kind of more of a forward and aggressive hold on that retake, but they were forced behind it for just enough time for the T's to re-aggress through short. But 9-9, we are tied up. Double orbs coming out on the CT side. We have seen that coming out from BNB before in their first half, but it wasn't too successful for them.
Bad News Bears strike things out of the park several times so far in this half. with the rifle victory in tow as well. And a double orb setup this early from Yeah Gaming. If they can overwhelm this, then there may be only a handful of options left for the CT forces. Tartazin will make his way up to the aggressive phase. Of course, the utility coming out from Bad News Bears and Jonji. The bomb on his back will go first here. This could be a risk play, but he'll check around that corner regardless, keep his eyes on. Seeing Farsin, Molotoving out the site. Damage is going to be sustained by Tartazin and Farsin. And Dumao watching out mid as Jonji and PTR clean up some decent frags. The orb shot missing of its own as Jonji gets himself another pick. 2 players left for the CT defense, and they are way out of the bomb site. Dumao we're going to kill with the AWP, but that's as far as it goes here. This should be a 10th for Bad News Bears.
Double digits being picked up for the T side. And this is now, what, 4 rounds in a row for B&B. It probably should see a reinvestment coming through from if they're able to hold on to both the AWP and the M4. But it looks like B&B want to try and go for the hunt. Now, they could have the opportunity at least of taking down the AWP. IDK is very far back in a position that's going to be very difficult to try and take him down. Oh, they take down the orb. Okay, now this is not a full bar investment. This is just going to be a half bar at the back of that M4. They save that orb, they have to reinvest.
A tactical pause taken by Yeah Gaming. Their second so far in this matchup. I can't remember if Bad News Bears took one earlier in this first half, but either way, the CT side much called for at this point because, you know, 4 rounds in a row for B&B. Do they go for a full force investment? They've got Kevlar on most of the players here, but upgraded pistols indicates potentially a half buy down to the max loss bonus, and considering they've got 3,400 coming into the next round, that makes a bit of sense to me, obviously, to get themselves a bit of money down to a 1.5k buy, and you can see how fast the teams are going to play against this here out to the B tunnels. Shots being taken by the Deagles. The AK is going to respond from Mitchell as much as he can from here. And Jonji will push the short players out, gain that short presence and vision, but will not see any of the CTs up here just yet. Have forced them to fall back. Meanwhile, Dazzle moving in from long. As the flashes go over, Jonji gets that pick. IDK able to get one on Dazzle, but Jonji doubles up. And that is A site open for business here. There is no resistance for the rest of Bad News Bears. Mitch might get himself taken out here towards the B bomb site. Indeed he does, actually, walking into the crossfire and getting taken out to 3-on-3. So an AK that they can work with. But I think it might just be an AK they have to save at this point. Jonji is on 60, so if he went down on the blind fire through the smokes, then maybe that could have happened. But for Dumao, I think his main objective is to stay alive here.
I don't get that play at all from Mitch. That literally makes 0 sense to me. Now, if they're on a gun round, I could understand that. The lurk play out to the B bomb site to try and take down some of the B defenders. But the fact of the matter is that with Jonji making his presence out through long, especially with them reading the economy, they would have known that there was only 1 weapon saved in from the last round, and it wouldn't be a reinvestment. Now, I don't know why Mitch is making presence out to the B bomb site, because all they're going to have is upgraded pistols and a bit of armor. We're going to see a rebuy investment from them in the next round anyway, and they've just gifted the CTs an AK. So, potentially, a bit of a misplay to come out for B&B.
I mean, certainly if Dumao can put himself into a decent position, he could take away a lot of the head Kevlar from Bad News Bears. So, that's the kind of thing they're giving up. And if they go for, like, a B rush, for example, in this next round, I mean, obviously it's very unlikely they will, but just, just for the sake of a hypothetical sort of round, if they go for a B rush and that AK is there to spray them all down, that's like 5 headshots easy. You know what I mean? But that's the potential we're talking about with someone like Dumao. It all depends on how he places himself and whether he takes those contacts. It's Farsin with RCF out of the gate early to try and take out Mitch to begin things. On the CT presence, they get that opening kill from the long house, but not much else coming in for them here. It's the only aggressive player from Bad News Bears, and he gets shut down to a much more passive default here towards mid.
Yeah, B&B. They tried to go for some early presence from Mitch out through the longhouse, but not being too successful there. Double AWP presence back in for the CT side. Now, Tatterson's probably just going to peek on the contact of his teammate through CT. IDK gets taken down, but the swing doesn't come out, but the flashbang does. Jamal with the flashbang. Tatterson going to be able to find the first onto Jonji, looking for a little bit more, and he finally finds his second kill. Jamal chiming into the action as well, and Dazzle gets taken down in the process. So for Yeah Gaming, it starts off with that opening pick through long, and they shut the round down.
Even though IDK fell pretty early in that one, again, as you mentioned, probably to face on his contact peak, I have to say that the contact from Tartatin was well played in his own right, because he only started striking when the players were blind. The flashbangs went over, he got all the kills. Did get traded in the end, but even then, you know, great responses from his teammates. The well-played B-side defensive coming in from the CT side. See the PTR going straight out with the AWP, looking for that first shot in towards the long house. Double nades coming out from the T side as well, catching Jamal 56 HP over on B. It's a play of utility in from both sides, and contact plays for the damage, let alone the kills. Bad News Bears do come out on top in the interim, though. With short control being established, or trying to get established there by Jonji. RCF takes that frag on the AWP, and they fall back to passive here.
And they need to find some sort of answer to bring this back into a 4 versus 4. I do have a bit of a late lurk coming out from Dazzle, but it looks to be the short take to come out for the T side. And 2 players here cross-firing for Yeah Gaming. A fantastic setup to try and deal with Dazzle. The thing is, though, is that if B&B use their utility up through short, that actually might pull the attention away to the A bomb side.
RCF going to have his AWP challenge. Fast Sin will take his fight and take out Dazzle, so it's a 5-on-3 situation. The AWP still watching him to come around the corner here. The Molotovs will force him away from ramp. He won't be able to get his shot and opportunity. Got the M4s now rotating up to position. Going to try and support RCF from here. The AWP yet to face up. He will be able to find players, but get taken out. Next up to is Tartarzin down. Fast Sin going to fall back and wait for backup. The bomb plant should be secured by Mitch in a 3-on-3 scenario.
Oh, Fast an opportunity to deny the bomb plant, but instead he's able to take down Dapper, but the bomb goes down. 2v3 for B&B, and now it's all down to Mitch. 1 versus 3. Low HP onto a couple of players, is able to capitalize onto Fasten. To Mao and IDK on for the retake at this point. Mitch in a 1 versus 2, and he's trying to relocate, takes down IDK, and he's still got another member to follow, but he doesn't have the information. When is he going to be able to see the contact? When does the information go his way? Mitch is going to readjust, and the fall down comes down to Jamal, but there it is for Mitch. The 1v3 to come out, and Yeah Gaming just giving up 1v1 fights.
That's what gave him the round at the end of the day, those 1v1 frags, and, you know, the damage, of course, coming in. Could have faced together as a full-blown 3-man unit and overwhelmed him from positions that he couldn't feasibly just keep his lock on. But Bad News Bears. A 1v3 for Mitch. You don't get much better on the clutches than that here on Dust2, at least in those scenarios against Yeah Gaming. Not even the top fragger as well for his side, but Bad News Bears taking a moment not to get overzealous in this one and not to lose their composure, I guess. 12-10, the T-side board. Sees the AK is coming in across the line here. Of course, well, you know, just got to think about the economy state for the T side, because, you know, Yeah Gaming back on a force buy round. If they're able to gain control and shut down Bad News Bears in this one, they could actually hurt the economy more than anything else. You can see the first face is RCF with his AWP, picking up the opening kill, winning out the fight towards mid. Going to try and challenge Mix next. Jonji goes falling towards the longhouse trades. Dazzle pretty far up aggressively, lines up 2 frags, but at the cost of 3 more for the T's. The bomb's been dropped out towards longhouse, and Mitch making his way up towards short will start to realize that now there is actually another opportunity to them here. He'll lurk and potentially pull rotations, but will Dazzle commit through short all the same, or will he go back through long? Potentially rotate towards the B bomb site. He goes back through long, so Mitch is going to have to give him as much cover as he feasibly can here.
They've only got a single smoke, so it'll have to be probably a Molotov behind it to try and at least deny some vision. Unless they want to try and throw the bomb across. And yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. At least that way we don't see the cross coming out. And Mitch is going to be able to get the bomb plant in a 2 versus 3. Yeah, Gaming on for the retake.
What are the post-plant positions, though? Dazzle's going to cover off long. Mitch has got short. No one's keeping their eyes on CT. Nades up. Last of the utility used for the T side. The flashes Coming in from Dumal might allow the entries here, but Dazzle's got his own problems towards long. He's got plenty of CT presence here. 2 players to find. If he gets these 2 picks, it'll be a 4K! And it couldn't work better for positioning. Dumal left alone with the SMG, and he is out of dodge. Bad news bears. Getting a bit lucky of his own right. Dazzle grabbing the AWP, saving it, but clearly the hero for the T side.
I'm sorry, but these last few rounds from Gaming have been poor on the retake, and even just trying to bring back advantages. I mean, we saw in that last round they had a 3-on-2, and Dazzle takes down both of the long retakers. Gaming, they've only got 1 round on their second half on the CT side. This is their map pick, Jay, and B&B, they have just got all the forward momentum at the moment.
Gaming, that forced by situation, now have not a lot to work with going into this round. They couldn't concede the first pick, however. That's fortunate enough. Dapper going to be forced back low on the Molotov, ticking away and taking him to 21. But Dazzle now take the longhouse control, and the nades will land against him, but he's not nearly as low as his comrade. Ooh, the timing from Farsin could catch this man off indeed. That's an AK picked up for the CTs. 2 in play next, and the AWP of Dapper taking a very risky face against him. Could have gotten taken down so easily if he wasn't careful.
Yeah, B&B have now got to try and bring this back. They will know at least that there is a single AK being picked up off of Dazzle. RCF with his deagle. Now, one thing that I have noticed, at least for RCF, the last like 3 or 4 rounds, he's been able to get like an AWP pick every single time to start things off. So it's not early man advantages that Gaming aren't converting. It's the mid-round and late round where they've been struggling to close out rounds. And this could be an opportunity for them. Getting close to 45 seconds now. And it looks to be the short take coming out for B&B. They don't have a single long lurker on the T side, so this could be a full commitment.
ETR looking at the first man out, or not actually. Making footstep noises, going to try and bait something. Are they going to go towards the B-bomb site? They're putting out some smokes, but you can see RCF and Dumal look at their positions. They're going to try and face in and be the flankers. Deagle in particular for RCF looking for the AWP, takes him out towards mid. Now IDK and Farsin playing off each other. The AK going to support the Deagle as low HP IDK stays alive. Farsin doing all the damage. With Tartars in on his backstab will enable the 3K to come in from Goose. And Gaming winning the pistol half by 11 to the board of the CTs, and Bad News Bears finally receive the damage that their opposition tried to post up.
Oh, that's a sucky round to win from B&B. To lose a round like that where you've only got a single AK and just a half by investment really from Gaming of some upgraded pistols. They're able to pick up a second AK, but the positioning was great. We saw a lot of lurking coming out from the CT side. B&B looked like they were a little bit caught off guard on what they actually wanted to do. We saw them making the short presence, then going down to look to split mid to B, then finally making their way up through short, but wasting a little bit too much time, which allows Gaming to get in some good positions. Now, looking at the buy that Gaming have, they have 4 AKs and an AWP. That is literally like the god tier buy on the CT side.
Ooh. A follow-up tactical after Bad News Bears took theirs.
Don't see that every day.
Certainly a lot less common here in the likes of major tournaments compared to, the tier 2 and tier 3 sort of tournament scene.
Yeah, for sure.
And for Gaming, this pause comes an interesting time for them. I understand the need, obviously, to stop the pace and try and see if you can reset your mentality game against a team like Bad News Bears. But with Bad News Bears already taking a tactical, you would have hoped that, hey, they had enough time to talk this through. I mean, they've got probably the best position you could be in at a CT side. 4 AKs and AWP up against a full-blown force buy from Bad News Bears. This is your chance if you're Gaming, assuming you can keep all your weapons in check, have a very confident rifle round coming up in round 27. Like, there should be no way that Bad News Bears win this kind of a game, or win this kind of a round, I should say. But the fast plays out could be indicative of the actual play style they're going to take him out with the AK, lining up the spray, doing damage, connects on towards 2. Tarzan gets one of his own. PTR grabbing one of the AKs that were fallen. It's a 5-on-2 situation, though, and the CTs have cleaned this up in the way that they should. Dapper going down, his back turned towards Tartar, getting himself a 2K, and PTR left to do nothing here. Tartar's in with 3 frags, and a great B defense from Yeah Gaming.
Yeah, it's almost like Jay predicted this. I mean, a few rounds ago, you spoke about maybe you know rushing into the B bomb side and having the AKs on the CT side.
I wasn't going to make that comparison because I was like, you know what? I did say it was very
similar.
unlikely. I said it was going to be very unlikely, and lo and behold, it actually happened. I think it was also Dumao that had the AK in that last round as well. So do you know what? I'll take it.
Ooh, RCF again. He just continuously finds these picks. I mean, even though it is an eco, it's a good sign for an AWPR on the city side, especially on a map like Dust2. Being able to find some opening picks is not always easy, especially through mid.
Much easier for the T side, considering their spawn is based up to that wallbang cross. Very careful peeking and prodding as Fastin gets the first pick on PTR out towards the longhouse, a 5-on-3 situation. Mitch taking damage in the mid face, trying to take some players out towards the B bomb site, but the bomb most likely to lean in here towards the A site. Unfortunately for the T side, most of them have fallen, and there's very low HP on both Dazzle and Mitch. The AWP of RCF is hungry for more kills. He knows that there's players right around this corner here. He's just got Mitch to deal with. Sees him, takes the shot, takes him down. All left to Dazzle. P250 up, RCF with the AWP to keep his eyes on. I think footsteps are being heard as well from the CT spawn as he scopes up, looks around, does not quite connect the frag. And Dazzle will do his best, but RCF will get his 4K with a Deagle in tow. 13-13, all even up here. Yeah, Gaming now got the rifles to contend with. Maybe not, actually. I was going to say, maybe they were going for the buy. No, they're going for the half buy here on Bad News Bears.
Yeah, look, they had the opportunity. They were about sort of 4K for most of the players. So they had the opportunity of buying AK armor, a bit of utility like a single smoke or HE, and even a potential to have a couple of players on Galils. But instead, they've decided to pretty much just gift this round up to Yeah Gaming. If they can get a bomb plant, even a couple of kills, that could be big. Like, it's not going to make too much of a difference in terms of the economy game. But in terms of taking those AKs out of the city hands, that's probably what they'll be looking for the most in terms of kills. And that's actually a fast mid to B smoke coming out from outside the car position from long. But Fasten. We've seen Dazzle playing this position a fair bit in the first half. And T-side taking control through short, and at least they've forced the CTs back. This could be a bomb plant.
Yeah, most likely here. They've done some damage. They've lost a player, though. Won't be the most confident of post-plant positions, even without these pistols, but the CTs are currently split between 2 positions on the T side. The player's obviously on the site, and then there's this man Dazzle back here at the long house. He's playing possum. He's not going to give any information away. Boost up for Mitch. Will gain some extra short control as now the T's got to face the rifles. The flash is over. Fasting going to look for John G on the site. The spray is good against him. Dapper also goes falling. Now the chance for Dazzle and Mitch to strike. Mitch will go down on short though, so it's all to the CZ. Fasting on the defuse. The Deagle's up. Look for IDK. No, IDK will shut him down. And all 5 players will stay alive on the Yeah Gaming side. I believe that is also the case for the last couple rounds. Actually, for all 4 of the last 4 rounds that Yeah Gaming have won, they have all kept all 5 players alive. That is some stellar stuff coming in from the CTs.
That's certainly something that you don't see every day. The last 4 rounds going the way of Yeah Gaming, especially that there was actually a bomb plan in one of those last 4 rounds, the previous one. But that's just allowed Yeah Gaming to continue to... That's a good opening. They're going to rush B. They've taken down the B anchor. The B bomb site's open. This is a round 1 for B&B. I don't see there being a way back for Yeah Gaming. They're so far away from even retake. This is saving already. The bomb site, the bomb hasn't even gone down. They're saving.
That was a blind shot from PTR, by the way, on the B-doors cross. I don't know if you saw it, Dwayne.
I didn't see it, no.
Thank goodness.
That's nice.
Thank goodness for my observing skills, apparently, is what we're going to be saying in the server today. The CT second guessing their save call there. Look at Farston and IDK making their way up with the rest of the CT forces. The Molotovs in will try force them back and Nate to respond. How are they going to pull this one off? Are they even going to go for it? Jonji going to get aggressive. He can catch several players off, seeing Farston, seeing RCF doing damage, but getting picked apart. But now the save call should be seen. A drop in from Dazzle, though, will start to pick these rifles apart, and you couldn't play this better if you tried. But they will take one man down. IDK going to make his way into the site, do some damage, but finally dealt with by Dapper on the B bomb site defense. And yeah, Gaming losing a lot out of that one. Not just the 4-buy round, but also the AKs that came with it. Saved over the course of 4. But back to M4s on a double orb setup. They've got no money troubles here. They should be good to buy for this round and the next one.
I'm not sure if I like that call coming out from Yeah Gaming to look for the retake really late into the bomb being expired or starting to go off. They run down the clock really low and they don't survive with anyone. That play from Dazzle just won them the round towards the end there, being able to late lurk. Zoom out. Oh, good opening pick being found onto Mitch. So with BNB, in a round where there's no AKs on the CT side, they needed to find an opening pick, but it's the double orb presence, or really just the single orb of Demau, that starts things off, considering how effective RCF has been with the AWP.
Jonji burning over on short. The aim punch damaged the Molotov, dotting him to 0, and a 5-on-3 scenario now favors the CT forces. The picks coming in from the AWPs, one on the AWP and one on utility alone. And yeah, Gaming looking to secure their map point here on Dust2. They have fought long and hard to get here. With Bad News Bears getting some confident rounds out of the hat, but conceding some more back. Gonna wonder how their confidence really is up here. The flash is over. Demau's not gonna catch that for full blindness. They've got IDK left to support the AWP here in the backlines, but he's taking first contact on all of these T-side players. When does the smoke clear? He'll evade the flashbang coming in, peek up. Good kill on one. Dazzle drops. It's all left to PTR. The AWP getting spammed through the smoke, forced out the way. Demau will get a 3K, and yeah, Gaming will be on that point.
Oh my goodness, what a shutdown coming out in round 29 from Yeah Gaming. And B&B, there's such a lack of money. This is going to be a very tough buy to get together. Now, they've got the AWP out there, so they can give that to PTR. But even him, I mean, we spoke about it in their last game against MIBR struggling, and he certainly has struggled so far in this Dust2 game as well, Jay.
Well, tactical timeout from Bad News Bears, and with those sequence of rounds going their way and against them, they'll be limited on the cash buy. Obviously, they have got to have a force buy round here. Spare no expense going into round 30. They need this OT. Let's fall quickly to the hands of Yeah Gaming. And again, both teams taking simultaneous pauses here. Both squads trying to use as much as they have in the tank to try and tip themselves over the edge. It's not going to quite work out as accurately, but either way, it's the only chance that they've got, I feel like.
Now, just something, Jay. If you actually spectate RCF's position just behind him, what the CT side have actually done is they've thrown the second AWP on top of the box position. So they're going to keep just a single AWP in play, and if they're rotating to the A or the B bomb site, or they want to change up their position, they can go back to pick up that second AWP.
So I'm glad you called that, because you know that I wouldn't, right? I shouldn't even be observing, but you know what? Let's just roll with it. It's RCF not taking the mid contact, neither is Daz. He's looking for the first pick out towards the longhouse. The Molotov again going to burn him away, but they do get Dapper aggressive. He might catch off faster indeed. That's the first frag found by the SMG. Round the corner against RCF. This AWP has got to take the man down. He does connect it, but PTR is allowed to strike next and find us in a 4-on-3. Look at Jonji also towards mid. He'll catch off the footsteps and hear them out. Will that secondary AWP come into play this time? Well, Jonji's going to try and deny it. He's got back up towards top mid. PTR taking some shots, and she takes down IDK of his own right. Tartar's in, turning away at the worst possible moment. It's Dumao left alone, 1 versus 4. Might catch PTR to drop the bomb, but he needs to follow suit on Midge. That bomb drops right into his path. The Molotovs and smokes coming in to keep him at bay. And they know where the last CT is. Jonji jumps up, Dumao gets out of dodge, desperately manically trying to spray through and take the man down. The nade might finish off the damage. No, the P250's got to do it all, and Jonji will close it out. 15-15. Bad news Bears will take us to overtime.
Is this our first OTJ in ESL Road to Rio? For at least for the games we've done?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, all right. I don't quite remember it. Maybe it's been like once at least.
Oh, I will admit, I don't think I've seen one in North America. We might have done some for South America, if I recall correctly.
Yes, potentially, yeah.
But that's just intuition speaking. I can't quote you a specific time. Either way, this one's gone all the distance. And here on Dust2, yeah, Gaming would absolutely love to take their map pick. Bad news Bears have forced them to fight for it, though. The fighting does not end with our 30 rounds. It's very quick out of the gate here from the T's, but RCF will catch them off the ward short with 2 beautiful shots. The flick on the second man especially. Gets a 5-on-3 already. The second AWP of Dumao falls back to the B bomb site. They will leave mid pretty open. This might allow some chances for Dazzle and Co to peek in as they smoke out the CT forces. And it'll be all left to Tartar's in and Dumao playing passive in the site. Sprays through on towards the B doors. Dazzle looking for his face. Jonji makes his way in, takes down 1. Dumao with the AWP is a known entity and he can't hold out for long. They do overwhelm. They do get a plant. It's 3-on-3 for the retake from Yeah.
Oh, and those gunfights have been absolutely perfect coming out from Jonji. He's got the information of the player in the upper tunnels. PTR's got the info as well from IDK, but he's trying to win out the fight. Setting up the utility for the CTs. They try and make their way in, and they smoke out Jonji.
Flashbang set up from RCF, and IDK makes his way in. Does not see them out of the sight. They're trying to spray through, take down 1. Farsi next up the face against Jonji. The AWP in the back line, but Dazzle's got his back. RCF desperately fighting to gain control, but a 2 versus 1 with the AWP on the retake. Not even a kit for the man. Jonji will aggress, try to take him out. The AWP knows exactly where he is, but misses his shot. USP should be able to take Jonji down, but this bomb site retake is a loss, and even RCF shall fall. Dazzle out of dodge. Lone man to stay alive in the server, but bad news Bears do secure the first round of the OT.
And maybe some of the viewers are sort of thinking, well, why is Jonji staying around to try and take down that single kill rather than just saving? We saw double AWP investment coming out from Yeah Gaming in the last round, so taking down those double AWPs, economy-wise, puts the CTs in shatters, because if they then lose this round, Jay, they've got nothing, absolutely nothing in the next round, and what a start from PTR.
He's taken the first frag already. I missed it on the mid doors this time, but 5-on-4, desperate from Farsin though. The spray is good to turn the man advantage back. And in the midst of the flashbangs, all of Bad News Bears were blind. And we stand with a chance still available for the T side, or the CT side I should say. AWP of RCF and IDK will take out Mitch. Next AWP speaks in, takes him down. Dazzle next to 4. PTR left alone in a 1-on-4. Will smoke out, will give up his position. Face up against the AWP, but it's an AWP battle for him back in. Flashes over, they're going to start to peek aggressive and wrap back over of their own right. And what can this man do against them all? Knows that RCF's close, desperately flicking on, trying to get Tartars in next, but 44 HP. Not going to happen for him. Yeah, Gaming respond just as effectively, just as confidently. And the damage that Bad News Bears did against that double AWP setup will not come to fruition in the final round of the half. We'll see one team go up 2-1, but with the rebuy back on the AKs, Bad News Bears still looking for their best shot.
And they actually don't pick up the second AWP. They had an opportunity of taking up, I should say, PTR's AWP at the end of the round, but they opt against it. AWP back in the hands of PTR on the T side. AK's across the board as well. No opening pick being found by the AWP through the mid doors this time around, Jay. A thing that we've seen quite commonly in these, at least in the second half. A lot of picks being found through that mid doors area.
You could have played that pun off so smoothly, Dwayne. Opening pick.
I could have, but I kind of opted against it to recorrect myself.
I'm disappointed in you, Dwayne. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I am as well. Always disappointed.
A disappointing start to the round as well for Bad News Bears. Their aggression has yielded them no frags, but not nearly as aggressive in certain rounds prior. The flashes over, the smokes up. Contact from IDK back over at ramp, and the AWP of RCF is the closest thing to getting a pick, the closest thing to being aggressive for the CT side. Dapper making a lot of noise over on the B tunnels meanwhile. As RCF faces around, hearing footsteps and hearing gunshots out towards that short position. He'll cut off rotations if necessary. But it's mostly going to rest in the hands of IDK and Fastin to hold the defense here. Utility coming out with smokes up and over. Jonji going to be the first man to commit. RCF does get that kill towards mid, and IDK aggresses. Look at Jonji here. Close sprays up, connects the spray towards 2. Not quite against 3 and 4, but Fastin quick to rotate up for RCF for the AWP. Dapper gets 2 picks. And a 3-on-2 scenario can ensue. P250 up for headshots of his own. RCF, AWP close range, and Dapper's making his way in aggressive of his own. 3 frags for the AK, but the bomb's out in the open 20 seconds. He definitely needs his headshots and to line them up. He had the opportunity there, but he couldn't get the spray in. So yeah, Gaming do take the lead at the turn of the half with 2 more to victory here on Dust2.
Oh, and RCF's already now crossed over that 30 bomb, 31 kills and 17 deaths. And you'd have to think, Jay, that like 20 odd or so kills have come in the second half. His AWPing ability has just been phenomenal. RCF has been having so much impact for Yeah Gaming, and honestly keeping them in this fight between B and B.
Yeah, keeping them in the fight is the main thing that I have to highlight for Bad News Bears. Because Yeah Gaming have felt like they've been on the front foot here in this map up of a lot of it. Especially here in the overtime, you know. I mean, Bad News Bears did find themselves in that opening round, but the following 2 after that looked like a bit of a show, to be honest. So yeah, Gaming gaining the advantage on the CT side. Going into the T side, they've got triple orbs for Bad News Bears. Now, I can understand this if it was MR3 16k, but this is 10k in the major rules. So I am very curious what they're going to try and accomplish here. If they lose this round, that could give them virtually nothing to work with on the follow-up here.
Go big or go home. That's honestly what we're seeing from B&B. Like, this is such a risky decision to come out from the City side. And already, long contact being taken. Now the T side, or the City side I should say, have been able to escape, but there is a player in pit for the Ts.
Dapper firing away, seeing them make their way up, looking for an angle against the man. That was a headshot. I thought he missed. RCF domed. The AWP gets the pick on the A bomb site. Start things off for the CT side. That's the kind of start they needed as well right here. Again, losing this many AWPs is destroying to your economy in overtime. And they play passive off the back of that. The early long contact was established, but AWP now in the hands of Fastin here towards the pit position. He'll keep his eyes on the site, hoping that someone aggresses, but nothing is going to come through from Bad News Bears.
And you'd have to think that it's got to be some sort of shift to the A bomb site for the T side. We haven't seen any kind of presence coming up for the upper or lower tunnels. Yes, they do have a single player of IDK around this Xbox position, but it looks to be the long take to come out for Yeah Gaming, and Dapper is still here with the AWP towards the A bomb site.
Got back up in Dazzle, but Dapper's going to take that first shot. The mid control might also be contested by PTR next. A tight angle to hold as well. Dapper will start to reposition. Dazzle going to re-smoke down. I know there's one player towards CT. The swing comes in. The flash is good, but PTR holds one good AWP kill. The second player towards mid. IDK going to make his way around the corner. PTR deals with him. Demal gets a pick on the site. Opens up for a chance for a bomb plant. AWP of Fastin taking contact towards Car, but he's quickly traded, leaving it all to the AK. 1 versus 2. Nade sight, sees Mitch, sees PTR. There's a ton of damage towards PTR, but unable to do much towards Mitch. 3 frags for the AWPer here in spot number 2. And Bad News Bears will equalize against Yeah Gaming.
And I can just imagine that retake coming through. Knowing that Dapper was on the bomb site with the AWP, they could maybe expect either the mid player or the B defender to have the AWP, but double AWPs on the retake for B&B. Finally, we do see Mitch swapping it out for the M4 towards like that final kill, but they recover the double AWPs. And what was a very risky play ended up winning them around. So look, hats off to B&B. It's not every day that you see triple AWPs on the City side, especially with 10k overtime.
Look at this first contact from Fastin, looking for Dazzle first. AWP is going to take contact out towards the B tunnels meanwhile, as the First couple of prods come in from the T-side forces, trying to get info against Bad News Bears. Have let 3 players cross towards B. Short is pretty open. PTR will rotate back and try and hold his control. It's very carefully played right now from the 2 teams in action. Contact being established, a little bit of damage done to Farsin. Might fall to the hands of Dazzle if he's not careful. Playing this one extremely carefully. 2 players will stack up, a third man is behind it. Dazzle's got a lot of work to do here, backed up by PTR.
This is quite a heavy stack coming out to the B bomb site, actually, from B&B. They've got 2 B anchors, and even Dapper sort of playing like a late mid defender. Now, it just really comes down to timing at the moment, but for Yeah Gaming, it looks like they want to make the presence out to the A bomb site. PTR starting things off. Tadison is going to find the trade, bring it into a 4-on-4, so we should see at least some sort of rotate from a couple of players as PTR does get forced back.
AK catches him for damage, but not quite the kill. IDK not in a position he's going to play anti-rotate. We'll see Jonji. I don't know if he saw him back, but Mitch will take that fight. The tap's up, and the AWP gets the kill instead. 30 seconds now on the clock, and Dapper has fallen back to a passive position on the CT spawn. Smokes will go up and over, and they're going to try and establish some sort of short control here from Jonji, but in the end, look at how close Dapper's playing. He can shut down the entire round on his lone team. It all comes down to the timing of the peak. The spray's through, 12 HP. He's alive. Tarzan caught on the reload. The kill comes out as Mitch gets RCF and Jonji gets Dumao. And Bad News Bears on the retake will get themselves to map point this time. But 1 away from Yeah Gaming. This could still be anyone's OT.
Ooh, that is such a good round from B&B. They recover the double orbs again, but it's the 2 AKs. That is the biggest element that they're able to convert onto their second round victory in the second half of the first OT, and they could do this here and now because there's a single AWP on the T side. RCF gonna probably go and pick that up. B&B, the double orbs having quite a lot of presence, especially for PTR in that last round.
Need a mountain of work with it, that much is for certain here, Dwag.
They're keeping this B stack. I'm very surprised from B&B having 3 players around the B bomb site.
I mean, it worked.
It has before, yeah.
But carefully and slowly, make sure this all maintains its control. The flash is over and the mid control established by the Yeah Gaming side. Jonji challenging Dumao. With a minute to go for the clock. Bad News Bears have the AWP set up to their common positions, and they may be receiving a B play here, so maybe this B stack could work in the way that it's intended. This could be a disaster for Yeah Gaming.
And this certainly could be. They need to get some fantastic entries in the execution for this mid to B split. B&B, there's 3 players at the B bomb site. And they've still got a little bit of util between them.
Mitch looking to focus fire. If he fires right now, we could get a collab potentially. Sees them, gets one, takes Tartar's in and doubles up. Jonji still here. We do see the entries coming in, but the CT's responding all appropriate. Tartar with 2. RCF left alone with the AK in his hands. Bomb out in the open. 1 versus 3 for him. Bomb picked up on to the back of the man, but Dapper is there to shut it down. 3 frags to his name, and 19-17 in the favor of Bad News Bears. A beautiful way